assemble!
Kathy, why is your hair like that?
Well, so I blend in with the dwarves. This doesn't work? Okay. In October 2021, Hyper Hippo officially partnered with Netflix to bring Dungeon Dwarves to life. Since then, we've released 7 updates that brought in new features like an explorable map and deeper crafting systems. We introduced daily rewards and unique game modes like the Tower of Shadows. Each update has brought new mechanics, modes, and features into the game, and we still have some updates planned. It's been such an exciting time for hippos and dwarves alike. Our next major update will add one final addition to the tower, a challenging high-stakes battle with the Dark One himself. To talk more about this, I'd like you to meet one of the great minds behind Dungeon Dwarves. Interviewer Kath, take it away. Thank you, host Kath. I am so excited to be here today with Omar. Omar, introduce yourself to our community and tell us what your role is here at Hyper Hippo.
Yeah, my role here at Hyper Hippo is Lead Game Designer of Dungeon Dwarves. So that's what I've been doing for the past year.
So how did Hyper Hippo come to develop a game with Netflix gaming department?
So they actually were looking for Hyper Hippo experience in idle games. They wanted to have an idle game into their platform. We were experimenting with lane-based idlers. That concept got picked up, and then we started rapidly prototyping and pitching that to Netflix.
So Omar, what is the objective of Dungeon Dwarves?
The dwarves that you're controlling are the heroes of their own guilds, and they get together and try to fight through these dungeons in these environments. And each environment has its own set of enemies and bosses. And the reason you are going to these dungeons is because there was a dwarf that became corrupted, and he used the power of some runes to basically bring those monsters into those dungeons and attack the dwarven lands. So that's the main objective of it. Yeah.
So we've had 7 releases since the launch of Dungeon Dwarves, and we still have 1.8 and 1.9 to come. Can you give us a little heads up about what players can expect from those releases?
On 1.8, we added the boss that we have been teasing from the beginning. So we put the boss into the Tower of Shadows. When you encounter that boss, there will be a new mechanic added in there. So keep an eye for that. He will give you a lot of rewards for beating it, but eventually you will find it again stronger. So you have to be prepare for that.
Do you have any tips and tricks for our players about how to defeat the boss?
As a general tip is to, whenever you get resources, try to get what you can upgrade into the forge, and from there you can upgrade their special abilities, their buffs and resistances, making sure what are the types of enemies that you are having difficulties, and then you can increase that resistance to their attacks, or increase the dwarf attacks against them.
Are there plans for any features such as leaderboards, guilds, friends lists, etc. In the future of Dungeon Dwarves?
At this moment, we are basically focusing on 1.8, 1.9, wrapping up that development. But it's something that we will have in mind for potential future updates or a new title based on the Dungeon Dwarves universe.
That's incredible. Omar, that wraps up this episode of
Dwarven Discussions.
Thank you so much for joining me.
Thank you for having me.
And make sure to like and subscribe so you don't miss an episode. Tune in to the next Dwarven Discussions.